Long before Pokemon became a global phenomenon, long before Pikachu became synonymous with the word cute and the color yellow, the West had a very different perception of Japanese imports. But the good news is, it was changing, and it was mainly because of two things. The first was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It demonstrated that Japanese content could in fact appeal to Western audiences, while part two was the Tamagotchi craze, those little digital pets that you could carry around. Now, Tamagotchi, it set the stage for Pokemon's interactive and collectible experience. But let's start at the beginning. At the core of Pokemon's success is Satoshi Tajiri, who, inspired by his hobby and passion of bug catching as a child, he envisioned a game for capturing and trading creatures. Now, while he was studying electrical engineering, he published Game Freak, a game magazine, one of the first in Japan, and it filled a gap that existed in the market as nobody else was doing it. Now, Game Freak would eventually lead to him collaborating with manga artist Ken Sugimori, who would later become a vital part of Pokemon, as he was one of the main illustrators. Now, in 1986, Tajiri Sugimori and a few others formed a development team named Game Freak, based on the magazine. Now, and they created their first game, Quinty. Now, during this time and development of this game, they would be thinking about the idea pocket monsters. And in 1989, and over the next 6 years, they developed Pokemon Red and Green, navigating partnerships with Nintendo and others despite several setbacks, including an indefinite hiatus. Now, in 1995, Sunekuzu Ishihara, another vital part of Game Freak, would split off and he would create Creatures Inc., making Pokemon a collaborative project among three different companies: Game Freak, the main developers, Creatures, representing Ishihara, and Nintendo, the people who funded everything. And despite the Pokemon being one of the few IPs to ever do this, to not be owned by just one specific company. I mean, look at the rest of the world. Disney, everything they own is owned just by them. And you would see that with most other companies too. The first Pokemon game, Red and Green, was released in 1996, specifically February. Now, why is this special? Because they weren't planning for that. They were planning for 1995. And you would even see it in the game as the trademark was labeled as 1995. But after a few setbacks, they had to move the date back. Now, after this, Pokemon would quickly expand far beyond video games, with their own TV series and films, which included Pokemon the first movie, and it achieved remarkable success and popularized anime globally. This commercial triumph encouraged the localization of other Japanese properties for the Western markets. It did something that other people struggled to do. And Pokemon established the monster taming genre. While it wasn't the first, it became the pinnacle of monster taming, and it became the standard for all games that would come after it. Ultimately, Pokemon's history reflects the human traits of creativity, perseverance, and a cross cultural impact. It transformed a simple idea into a lasting international phenomenon that continues to inspire everybody.